The reason for this event is to raise money for a very interesting project that's going to be in the ASU Museum, just a few hundred feet from where we are. As you know, rockabilly music is a unique niche of rock and roll that really started right here in this real estate, this part of the country. Ground zero for rockabilly would probably be Memphis and West Memphis as far as where it was first recorded, but it was performed live all over this area of northeast Arkansas, western Tennessee, southeast Missouri. And that includes, of course, everything from the Rockabilly Highway, Highway 67, that goes through Pocahontas and Walnut Ridge and Newport, where those communities are doing very much to promote music tourism, down to Dyess, Arkansas, and the birthplace of Johnny Cash. And as you know, ASU is mightily involved in that project of restoration. What this is all about is promoting our musical heritage while promoting music tourism, because tourists come to this area from all over the United States and really all over the world. Europeans know our rockabilly heritage and history better than we do because we're too close to it. Those of us who grew up here sort of took it all for granted. We didn't really realize that this music was cradled here. This is the beginning. This is where it started. And right here in this area, rockabilly music was performed and recorded. And here is Jonesboro's claim to originality because of Alley Records, which was right here. So this museum exhibit that Marty Allen's going to tell you more about it in just a minute will promote Alley Records and Jonesboro's unique tie-in. This is good for the culture of the area. It's good to boost the heritage tourism and enhance a sense of community that we all have here in northeast Arkansas. ASU is being a good neighbor to the community by doing this. So we're excited about Rockabilly Delta Boogiefest. I want to first of all thank the ASU people who came across campus, and I also want to thank someone from Senator Bozeman's office, and that would be Diane Holm. Thank you so much for coming here today. We have some official proclamations and things to announce. I'm going to turn it over now to the lady who has really spearheaded this entire effort. She's led a committee. How many committee members are here? Raise your hands, the Rockabilly Committee. I've got to say, this has been the most fun committee I've ever served on, and I think any of the other committee members would affirm that. All right, to tell you more about the Rockabilly Delta Boogie Fest and the upcoming exhibit, the director of ASU's museum, Dr. Marty Allen.
Thank you, Mike Doyle of KASU, for getting us started this morning. I'm honored with your good words about our project. Thank you so much. I would also like to thank LaDawn Fuhr, who is the project's promotional director, and Tom Moore of ASU Communications, and Derek Bowman of University Development, as well as Valerie Ponder and Jill Carey of the ASU Museum staff for helping us put together this event. You've all been great. Thank you so much. I also want to recognize John Passmore and Larry Heil, and in fact, everyone else in the room who has served or is serving on the ASU Museum's Rockabilly Committee or the ASU Museum Advisory Council. If you guys could stand or wave or something, that'd be terrific. I want to thank all of you for all your work and input on this important project. And finally, I would be remiss if I did not thank Mr. Tim Durham for giving us the honor of this place, the Armory. The Department of Military Science has been very generous to us, and not only in providing space for us today, but also for the event on March 2nd. I want to say just a few words about the importance of rockabilly for our region. Rockabilly, this style of music skyrocketed to a music sensation in these little Arkansas towns like Paragould and Truman, Newport, Bono. And this style of music persisted in northeast Arkansas long after its heyday in the mid-1950s. Rockabilly is huge. People may not recognize this, but by the time we're finished with it, people will recognize this. It is truly a phenomenon. It helped fuel the rock and roll movement, and it brought on what many baby boomers today still popularly perceive as an almost revolutionary beginning of a whole new modern era, completely divergent from everything that had come before. And Jonesboro played an intriguing role in the Northeast Arkansas story of Rockabilly. Wherefore, the purposes of our Rockabilly Boogiefest are threefold. First and foremost, we wish to preserve and promote the rich rockabilly heritage of this region, which has been overlooked. We want to correct that. Also, as Mike mentioned, this will be a fundraiser for ASU Museum, and all proceeds will go toward the planning, development, and funding of an exhibition tentatively entitled Rockabilly, the Northeast Arkansas Story of a Music Sensation. And we hope to open this in 2016. We're thinking that this exhibition is going to provide a stopping point on the map for musical heritage tourism, and that's something this region could really use. And then finally, our Rockabilly Boogiefest is going to honor Joe Lee, known to many people as Papa Joe. He is truly, truly an unsung player in the Northeast Arkansas story of Rockabilly. He nurtured many regional musicians who went on to substantial music careers. Can we say Bobby Lee Trammell and Bobby Tucker and so many more. And I actually have the great honor of announcing the fact that Joe Lee, Papa Joe, is here with us today. And if you could stand, Joe. He's raising his hand. Yay! That is Joe Lee, owner of Jonesboro's own Alley record label, also the Papa Joe label, also the Joan Arc label, and others as well. I also have a message from our mayor today on the importance of Rockabilly and the Rockabilly Boogiefest to the city of Jonesboro. And although Mayor Perrin wasn't able to be here, he did send a trusty representative to present this great news from the mayor's office, and I would like to present L.M. Duncan from the mayor's office at this time. L.M. Duncan, please step forward.
Thank you. Yeah, the mayor was out of town today, so it's an honor for me to get to come out here because I was raised up in these rockabilly days, so I know several well those guys. So, but we do have a proclamation that we want to read today. So at this time, I'll do that. The people of ASU Museum Rockabilly Boogiefest are committed to preserve, promote, and celebrate the rockabilly heritage of Jonesboro and Northeast Arkansas through live concert events, a future museum exposition, and all other activities associated with Rockabilly heritage. And whereas ASU Museum Rockabilly Boogiefest will demonstrate a strong commitment to the community of Jonesboro with many city-centric activities, and whereas ASU Museum Rockabilly Boogiefest will honor Papa Joe Lee, founder of Jonesboro Alley Records, a significant component in the energetic Rockabilly Northeast Arkansas. Whereas ASU Museum Rockabilly Boogiefest and permanent Rockabilly exhibit will enhance heritage tourism and economic development of Jonesboro and the entire region. And now therefore I, Mayor Harry Perrin, in recognition of ASU Museum Rockabilly Boogiefest, do hereby proclaim March the 1st through the 3rd, 2013 as Rockabilly Weekend. So thank y'all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Duncan. This is a great honor. And please tell Mayor Perrin we're very grateful for the recognition. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay. The City of Jonesboro Rockabilly Weekend. I'm looking forward to that, definitely. Okay, and now what you've been waiting for, I think, the lineup for the event itself. get ready. Here is the lineup of bands. I will be announcing them in the order of their performance on March 2nd, AD 2013. The Stunning Cunning Band. Stan Perkins. Sonny Burgess and the Legendary Pacers. And Narvel Feltz. These are all acclaimed, great regional names. We're so proud to have this lineup. As everyone here knows already, Sonny Burgess and Narvel Feltz hail from the original Rockabilly era, the mid-1950s, and actually they've been in continual performance for decades. All this time they never stopped, not just regionally, but I mean, it's, really in Europe they have been a sensation as well. Stan Perkins actually started out backing his father, Carl Perkins of Blue Suede Shoes, can we say? And then he grew to become an artist in his own right. The Stunning Cunning Band is a second generation of rockabilly musicians who are dedicated to perpetuating this style of music for all time, basically. So, and I can't tell you how excited I am to let everyone know that today we are actually honored to have the presence of Sonny Burgess, and from Sonny Burgess and the Legendary Pacers. He's going to come up and say a few words. Sonny.
Thank you very much, Marty.
Welcome, Sonny. We're honored to have you.
Well, it's a real pleasure to be part of this lineup. I'd like to thank my folks here from ASU, June Taylor, The Voice, Mike Doyle, Mark. Who else is here from our? Oh, Harry Larry, I'm the sportsman. I ever see him every day. But anyway, it's a real pleasure. Jolie, I've known way back in the 50s. That's a long time ago. There was only 2 saxophone players in this part of the country. Joe Lee was one of them, and Jimmy Lambert, you remember him, was the other one. I don't know where Jimmy Lambert is now. He was a crazy dude. But anyway, that's 2 of the horn. That's only 2 saxophone players. I found out years later that Joe actually played piano for a lot of Fernwood Records, which was Scotty Moore and Slim Wallace in Memphis. And they had a million seller called Tragedy. How many of you folks remember Tragedy? Well, some of you do. That was actually Luther Perkins' brother, Thomas Wayne. Well, anyway, all through the history. Really a pleasure to be with Narvel. First met Narvel in 1955 in Malden, Missouri. We played up there and he came out, he and the whole band. Of course, we had to get him up to play some. And Narvel was 16 or 17 years old about that time. But they were really good, even back then. Then later on, he toured this part of the country and the Boot Heel with a 3-piece band for years and played the clubs. Sad to say, Jonesboro didn't have many clubs, but on a Friday and Saturday night, you'd get run over on the highway going down to Truman by Arkansas State students. Billy Lee Riley and I got barred twice from Arkansas State for being too wild. But thank goodness I got back into good graces.
Got an honorary doctorate.
Thanks to Mike Doyle. Stunning Cunning I first saw in Jackson, Tennessee, who's my old friend with Smoochie Smith, part of the Sun Rhythm section. And they were playing with him. And he's really good. Actually, I'd met him years before, not in '96, I believe it was, in Pittsburgh. He's actually from Pittsburgh. And we were playing some joint up there when I was with Rounder Records. And he was there for the show. Narvel has still got one of the best voices in the music world. And Stan Perkins does a fantastic job. Sounds like his daddy, plays like his daddy, And he's actually better looking than Carl was. Me and the Pacers, we're still struggling. And right now we're going on 56 years. We've been trying to play. Anyway, looking forward to a really good show, and we'll always have a good time. And if you like to dance, it's going to be here, right?
Yes.
Oh, you got plenty of room to dance. I hope we don't get kicked out of this one. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Burgess. You know, rockabilly is truly an exhilarating form of the kind of homegrown music that we in Northeast Arkansas cherish. It has stirred the hearts of people all over the United States and the world, and it reflects the rural agrarian people who basically invented this music style. And as such, it's an inspiring story. Rockabilly is an inspiring story. It is a story of us here in Northeast Arkansas. We are actively seeking promotional partners to join with us in this really important endeavor, I think, to preserve and promote rockabilly in our region. I would invite anyone to consider coming up to that role and being one of us. We already have two people who have stepped up to this role, KASU and Suddenlink. So thanks to KSU and Suddenlink, going to be two of our sponsors. Tickets go on sale tomorrow. We are on top of this. They're available through the Central Box Office online at www.astateconvo.com, or you can call 870-972-2781. And I'm happy to take some questions, and I invite LaDon Fuhr, our promotional director for Rockabilly Boogiefest, to come and join me to help field some questions if anyone wants to step up and ask some questions. You can be getting up your, courage right now while she's walking up here.
How'd you get this whole thing started?
Oh my gosh. Well, when I first came to Northeast Arkansas, to Jonesboro and ASU in 2006, I actually had never heard of rockabilly. I'm so embarrassed. Although certainly rock and roll. Then I started finding out that Northeast Arkansas plays a major role in the origins and emergence of rockabilly. And I found this exciting. And the more I learned about rockabilly, I realized truly this is an important kind of music. It really speaks a lot for my generation as a younger baby boomer, but still a baby boomer. And so many people in the United States relate to this kind of music and hold it dear as something new that they started. And they want to own this, and they want to see it go on. And I do too. That's how it got started. Any other questions? Be courageous. We're really nice. Well, of course, you can always grab any of us afterwards and barrage us with your questions. We'd be so happy to entertain your questions. And I think that's probably about it for our media event. I want to thank you all for coming here. And we hope to see you all and all your kin and all your friends, all your relatives, your kids, your grandkids, everyone, your neighbors. Did I say that before? Everyone at the Rockabilly Boogiefest, Saturday, March 2nd, AD 2013. Thank you so much.